What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the U.S.S. Voyager tutorial, Season 1, Episode 2. I'm Zero Elite and I just want to thank you very much for tuning in today's episode. And if you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button helping me in supporting the channel. I can't thank you enough for that. Also, don't forget to join the Discord. I'll have a description and a link below. So we're going to be jumping right into this today. We're going to be adding in additional layers to our saucer, and then we're also going to be adding in a 3D template for the front view of our lower hull. So let's just go ahead and dive right into this. I've got a 15-minute recording capture today, but we're not going to be going quite out as far as 15 minutes because there's going to be some stuff that I'm going to skip over that we're not going to build out all the way live. But I want to talk about what this change that we're going to be making right here. So we're going back to our initial outline for our oval. Now, one of the things, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've noticed it, that when you're putting in certain dimensions on either circles or ovals, what tends to happen at one point or another, you get these weird angles right here and right here where it bows outward, and I don't like that. Normally, I would just enter in a different number to try to get away from that, to try to generate an oval or circle that didn't have that, but I'm going to show you guys what we can do in order to fix this. And essentially what we're going to be doing here, we're going to be deleting this block, and this block, and then the 3 outer rows correlating with it. And then we're just going to do a single row going with a cut until we meet up with that side. So let's go ahead and delete it, and then I'll show you how to fix this. So we're going to delete our outer wall, and then the middle, and then the block to the left, and then to the right. And then we're going to go back with the gray concrete, going in with a cut straight across, and then switch back over to the white. We're going to do a row going with a cut, and then top and bottom. Very, very easy fix. Now let's go over to the left side. We're going to repeat that same process. And delete the 2 outer, 3rd, 4th. Then delete this middle, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. And then go in with a cut, straight across, singles. And then we do our layer on the front, top, and then bottom. So now, when we zoom out, it doesn't have that weird angle going forward. We have a nice clean cut row right here. Looks so much better just doing that. So that's looking pretty good. Now if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be switching back over to our light gray concrete, and then we're going to be adding a row going on our lip on the top and bottom all the way around. Now bear in mind, you're only going to be doing this for the oval. You are not going to transition this over to the outline for the lower hull. That's just there right now for proportions, and we're going to be redoing that. But you want to do this going all the way around just for the oval, going along with a cut for the lip for the top and bottom. I'm going to show you at the end here where we're going to stop at. We're actually going to bring it up right to our blue build line. And the same thing on this side. You want to make sure that you do this going with a cut, going all the way around your oval. And then I'm going to skip ahead to after I've completed this because I'm not going to be building this stuff out live. This is one of the things that blew up my episode count with the Enterprise D, the time it took to build all this stuff out live. And there's really no need for it when I can just show you guys what to do with something as simple as this. So now we're going to come back again, going with our cut on our upper lip that we just added, and we're going to do a row of half slabs. And then we're going to come behind that, and then we're going to do a row of white concrete. And you're going to do this going all the way around our oval, just for the top side. It's going to take you guys a little bit to do that, so you want to hit pause, and then once you finish, go ahead and hit play, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Now we're going to come back with half slabs on our very middle row on the outside of our oval. And we're going to add half slabs going all the way around. This will give us a nice slant that we're going to need for Voyager for the upper lip. And now we're going to move on to the next step. We're going to do the light gray concrete going along our top lip with the cut. You're going to want to do this going all the way around your oval. You might be wondering why I'm using different colors. The reason I'm doing this is so that they don't blend in with each other and I can see my placement a little bit better here. So as I'm adding in layers, things aren't getting mixed up and it helps to keep me on point. That's why I'm switching up in the color variation here. Alright, so now we're going to go on. That row that we just added going all the way around, we're going to do a row of half slabs on top of that. And then behind that, we're going to do white concrete full blocks going all the way around. It's going to be kind of crazy because I've never had a tutorial by episode 2 that we're already going to be getting into the lower hull. And like I said, we'll be doing the front template outline for the lower hull, which will just be a placement template. We're going to be redoing it. But it'll be good because it'll give us a scale of our proportions and also changes that we need to make. This is why, like I say, sometimes you got to throw something down to see how it looks, see what you have to work with, to see what changes you might need to make. Alright, so now we're going to go white quartz blocks on our top row going with a cut. We're going to do this going all the way around. And once we completed that, we're going to move on to the next step. But I think I'm actually going to add a row on this side just for placement so you guys can see where I do that. But I want to make sure that we're doing this going all the way around our oval, going with a cut. And then we're going to come back with light gray concrete behind that. Same height, going all the way around. It's imperative that you do your white row quartz going all the way around first before we transition over into the light gray concrete. If you don't do that, then it's not going to stick with your template and you're going to run into problems later on in the build. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. Now we're going to transition to the next step. On that row that we just added, now we're going to do a row of half slabs. You're going to want to do this going all the way around your oval. So this is why, like I said, like just these steps alone, if I would have built this out live, we would have been doing several episodes just to achieve this. That's why I say I'm still somewhat new to doing my tutorials. I'm trying to find better ways of doing this, and I think that this is going to work out pretty good. Alright, so now I'm going to pause this for a second. After you guys have completed that step on your upper lip, then we're going to move on to the next step, and we're going to go on Google and go to our pixel circle generator, and we're going to do 67 for our width and 47 for our height. This is just going to be an outline template for the front of our lower hull. Now you do not need this extra red builder block. I had tested something off camera, decided that I didn't want to do it. We're just going to go off the very middle of our X access point. Okay. Now we're going to try to get an idea of where we're going to start this out. Because believe it or not, the lower hull actually does come up quite a bit to the close point of the center, but not quite so much. So we're going to try to get an idea of how far we need to go back before we start it. So we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we went back 6, and on that 6th row we're going up 6. Looking pretty good. So now on the 6th row going up, we're going to start the template for that oval, or excuse me, for that circle. Now this is why I say today is going to be a short episode, because I had actually built this out live, and to be honest with you, there's no reason to build this portion out live. We can do this. You guys are more than capable of doing this on your own, as long as you are matching up your starting point and going with your cut line. And we're going to go back. And just to do a recap here. So with your oval or circle, we've got dimensions in that we have our x-axis point where there's a gray line or gray block on all 4 corners that it has us divided up into 4. So you look at it this way. This is the top row that I just started right here. You only need this half right here. You do not need to take down this full thing. Now normally what I do, I just take a screenshot of this so that this way I can look at to see what I have, my template. But really I'm only working off of this one corner, because what we're going to do is mirror this going down and repeat that same process going down but mirrored downward. And then we take that and we mirror it from going down to the left. And then from the left going upwards. You notice same template from the right to the left, from right to the left. It's the same exact template, no matter which 4 sides you have, but it's mirrored downwards or to the left or going up, or in this case from the left or from the right to the left. So that's why I say we only need that one corner, because we're going to repeat that same process 4 times. So now I'm going to skip ahead to after I've completed this. And I'm going to add in an x-axis point going off my gray divider x-axis point on my oval, and that will help us to determine our x-axis point for the circle. Now like I said, we're not going to end up using this, but this is the first time that I've ever built an Intrepid class. So the reason that I'm showing this in the tutorial, because I want to show my entire process and how I figure out my shapes, how I figure out my proportions. So basically my logic behind this is that I'm trying to get a scale of how all this is going to look based off of our outline for our saucer. So I'm going back and I'm referencing my 3D model that I looked up on Google of the U.S.S. Voyager, and I'm comparing the size of the lower hull from a front view to our oval, and then also the size of the outline for the top-down side view, or the top-down view for our lower hull. Because like I said, we are going to end up making an adjustment to this, and then we're going to end up completely redoing this backside. But this gives us a great template to work with, so that this way in the next couple of episodes that we can make the changes that we need to make. But I think that is going to wrap us up today. Just kind of a short video. But yeah, if you guys have any questions regarding today's episode, please drop a comment below. I definitely love hearing from you guys, or if you're just dropping by to say hey. Also, be sure that you guys need to let me know if you want to see Voyager Season 2, because Season 1 of Voyager is only really going to encompass the exterior portion of the build, outside of doing the corridors, the shuttle bay, and the bridge. So if you guys want to see a second season that focuses on the interior, I need to hear from you guys in the comments section letting me know that you want to see it, otherwise we won't do it. You've also have the Enterprise D Season 2, that's going to be coming up at some point. But bear in mind, I'm only working on the Enterprise SD in my spare time, and I don't necessarily have it set up as my next build. Now, the next build after Voyager, I've already started my pre-prep work for it, the Excelsior 2 class. Very excited to be getting into that, and that will be coming up here in the near future. Trying to think of what else, but I do think that that's it. So yeah, I just want to thank you all again for tuning in today's episode. I hope everybody has a happy and safe week. And of course, what did you make in Minecraft today? Let me know in the comments section.